Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Conic sections. In this session, we will be discussing parabola, equation of parabola and problems on the parabola. See here, what do you mean by a parabola? First, we'll try to understand with the help of a diagram. Parabola is again a set of points satisfying some geometrical condition. So what that geometrical condition is? So consider this fixed line. So take this as a fixed line and one fixed point. So we have taken fixed line and a fixed point. Keeping these two in mind, we will set a geometrical condition, means distance of the point from the line and from the point has to be same. Got it? Means if you take a point here, the distance of this point from this fixed point and the fixed line should be same. So in such a way, you just go on plotting the points, satisfying the condition, distance from the point and from the line should be same. So these two distance must be same. Similarly, take one point, distance of this point from the line and from the point must be same, means these two distances must be same. Take another point such that its distance from the fixed point and the fixed line must be same. So if you go on plotting such points, keeping the geometrical condition in mind, distance of the point from the line and from the point has to be same. So we will get a structure or a curve in this form. So this curve is called the parabola, which satisfies this condition, distance from the fixed point f and from the line used to be always same, that is fp1, that is p1f equal to p1b, p2f equal to p2b2 and p3f equal to p3b3. So this curve satisfies this condition, so this curve is called the parabola. Okay, we will define what is a parabola. See here, a parabola is the set of all points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed line and a fixed point. Set of points which are equidistant from a fixed line and a fixed point is called a parabola. So please do remember this. Now see here, for a parabola we need to understand some points. See here, if I take this as a parabola and the fixed point is called focus and the fixed line is called directrix. Remember, whatever we have taken, that fixed line, and that line is called directrix of the parabola and the fixed point is called the focus. Now see here, a line passing through the focus and perpendicular to the directrix. Remember, line passing through the focus and perpendicular to the directrix is called the axis or symmetrical axis of the parabola. Once again, I will repeat, very important. Axis means it divides that parabola into exactly two parts. Okay, so that what is that axis means? It is passing through the focus and perpendicular to the directrix. Okay, this is called the axis. Now the point of intersection of this parabola and the axis, remember, point of intersection of this parabola and the axis is called the vertex of the parabola. In this case, origin is the vertex. Vertex can be anywhere. means in this case point of intersection of the parabola and the axis. So is at origin, so vertex is at the origin. Next, the line which is perpendicular to the axis and passes through the focus and whose ends are on the parabola. Look at this blue line. This is perpendicular to the axis, passing through the focus and whose ends are on the parabola. So this line segment is called latus rectum of the parabola. So do remember this. What is the vertex? What is the directrix? What is the axis? And what is the focus? Yes. So as I mentioned, axis means a line through focus and perpendicular to the directrix is called the axis of the parabola. So if anybody asks you what is the axis of the parabola means, you must able to tell this statement. A line through the focus means passing through the focus and perpendicular to the directrix is called the axis of the parabola. Next, vertex, as I mentioned, it is a point of intersection of the parabola with axis is called the vertex of the parabola. Vertex means it's the point where the parabola cuts the axis. Yes, do remember these two definitions. So as I mentioned, every curve will have its own equation. So we discussed how or what is the standard equation of the circle, and we solved many examples for a given center and radius. So here is parabola equation. So you may be asked a question to derive the equation of the parabola. So derive the equation of the parabola in the form y square equals to 4ax. So y square equal to 4ax or x square equal to 4ay. Y is used to be in quadratic and x is linear, or x is in quadratic, y is linear. If you find an equation with this, y square and x or x square and y. So no product of x and y. So this equation always represents a parabola. Remember once again, equation involving x square and y or y square and x always represents a parabola. Right now, we will derive this y square equal to 4ax. It is treated as one of the standard equation of the parabola. Yes. So consider a parabola with directrix x equal to minus a. Directrix is at the coordinates minus a comma 0. Vertex is at origin and focus theta is at a comma 0. Okay, as I mentioned by the definition of parabola, this OF is equal to OA. Okay, so this O is at the same distance from the directrix and from the focus. So O is the midpoint of AM. So draw figure in such a way that O is the midpoint of A and F. And we take this distance, means length of OF, as a A. So the coordinates of focus are a comma 0, and at the same on the other side whose coordinates are minus a comma 0. This directrix equation is x equal to minus a because it is passing through the point A and parallel to y axis. So do remember, equation of directrix is x equals to minus a. The coordinates of f are a comma 0, vertex 0 comma 0, and the point A is minus a comma 0. Okay. So please write. Consider a parabola with vertex at 0 0 and focus at a comma 0 and the directrix as x equal to minus a. So this is the information that you require. So you need to remember this. After that, in order to prove any general equation, you need to consider a general point on the required curve. Okay. So we take a point px comma y on the parabola. So take any point px comma y on the parabola. So take any point px comma y on the parabola. Now, if we take any point on the parabola, so the distance of the point P from F and from the line used to be always same by the definition of parabola. So take any point px comma y on the parabola such that how it is by the definition pf is equal to pb. Okay, by the definition of parabola, pf is equal to pb. Yes. Now look at this point B. What its coordinates? I have written it's a minus a comma y. How it is? Look at this. This is the line x equal to minus a. Means any point on this directrix will have x coordinate minus a. Now B is exactly corresponding to P. Okay, this is the perpendicular line from the point P on the directrix. So P is at a distance, position of P from x-axis. This is y, because the point P's y coordinate is y, means this is your y. So same way, the y coordinate of the point B is also y, because this is means P and B are the end points of the same this parallel line, that is parallel to x line BP. So whatever the y coordinate of P, the same will be for B. Yes. So now you need to apply distance formula for PF and PB. Yes. This is the point P. So by distance formula, what is PF? PF, as we all know, how the distance formula is applied. x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Here PF, that's x minus a whole square plus y minus 0 means y. So x minus a whole square plus y square. Similarly, PB, apply the distance formula for PB. PB is x minus of minus a, that is x plus a whole square, x plus a whole square, and next y minus y becomes 0. So I have not written. So PB is just x plus a whole square. Yes. Now, what we have? PF is equal to PB. So substitute PF and PB. So PF is x minus a whole square plus y square, and PB is just root of x plus a whole square. Square on both sides to remove the root. So squaring on both sides, write down squaring on both sides. So x minus a whole square plus y square equal to square root of x plus a whole square. Get cancels, so you're left with this. Now expand this using a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square. Yes, what it is? If you expand it, x square minus 2ax plus a square, and this y square as it is, x square plus 2ax plus a square. Okay, a plus b whole square formula, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now common, both sides, what common you have? Same term, same sign. So x square cancels. Okay, so let me cancel this. Similar term, x square cancels with x square, a square, on the other side a square. So whatever the thing remains, term remains, right. So what you left with? Y square equal to 2ax plus 2ax. I'll show you. Minus 2ax remains, transfer to the right, minus 2x. So it becomes plus 2ax. So you will left with y square equal to 2ax plus 2ax, and which is nothing but y square equal to 4ax. So if you take p point anywhere on this parabola, you will get the same equation. So we conclude that this is the equation of the parabola with vertex at origin, focus at a comma 0, and directrix is the line x equal to minus a. So this is the equation of parabola. Similarly, parabola can be like this, means its symmetrical axis will be negative x-axis. Yes, we'll discuss them. So this is the equation of the parabola with vertex 0 0, focus a comma 0, directrix x equal to minus a. So remember these things, very important. Yes, and its axis is positive x-axis. Similarly, we can derive the other equations of the parabolas. As I mentioned, y square equal to minus 4x, x square equal to 4ay, x square equal to minus 4ay. So these all represents a parabolas whose axis is different. Okay, and focus, the position of the focus is also different. We'll discuss. So y square equal to minus ax minus 4ax. So you will get a graph in this form. It is bending towards negative x-axis, means its focus is minus a comma 0. Its directrix is to the right of origin, that is x equal to plus a. So this is the directrix and now this is the focus. Remember, y square equal to minus 4ax. If y square equal to 4x, it just reverses. Yes. So vertex is as usual origin 0 comma 0, focus is minus a comma 0, and directrix is x equal to a line, this line, and axis, very important, axis is negative x-axis. So remember this, means if the coefficient of x is negative, then its axis is negative x-axis. If the coefficient of x is positive, its axis is positive x-axis. Remember. Similarly, if you have this x square equal to 4ay, then its graph will be in this form. Focus will be on the y-axis, that is at 0 comma a. Position of the focus is on the y-axis, a comma 0 comma a, and directrix is y is equal to minus a line. It's a line parallel to x-axis. This is the directrix, and vertex is as usual origin. So its symmetrical axis, means axis is positive y-axis. It bends towards positive y-axis. Okay, so remember this. X square equal to 4ay represents parabola with vertex 0 0, focus 0 comma a, directrix y is equal to minus a, and axis is positive y-axis. So we will have one more, x square equal to minus 4ay. Can you tell me what its graphical nature is, how it will be? It bends towards negative y-axis. So its focus is at 0 comma minus a, directrix is y is equal to a, vertex is as usual at the origin 0 comma 0. So x square equal to minus 4ay represents a parabola with vertex 0 comma 0, focus 0 comma minus a, and directrix y is equal to a, and axis is negative y-axis. So please do remember this, and we will be having problems on these points. Yes. So one more point, as I mentioned, latus rectum. Latus rectum of the parabola is line passing through the focus perpendicular to the axis and ends on the parabola. So this AB line segment is called the lattice rectum, and its length is always 4a. Do remember this. Length of lattice rectum of the parabola is 4a. So how it is, we will calculate. Yes. Look at this. Lattice rectum definition. Lattice rectum of a parabola is a line segment perpendicular to the axis of the parabola through the focus and whose end points lie on the parabola, as I mentioned. So do remember this definition, lattice rectum, and its length is 4a. You remember this definition. And what is the length of lattice rectum? It could be any parabola. It is always 4a of the 4 type I discussed. So length of lattice rectum is 4a. Yes. Now see here, with all the previous points, we will have some problems. Find the coordinates of the focus, axis, the equation of the directrix, and lattice rectum of the parabola y square equal to 8x. Okay. So you are given y square equal to 8x. So compare this with y square equal to 4ax. Remember this. Coefficient of x is positive. As I mentioned, if the coefficient of x is positive, axis is positive x-axis. So we consider or we compare this with standard equation y square equal to 4ax. What 4a stands for? Coefficient of x. So 4a means 8. So what is a then? A is 8 by 4. That is 2. 8 by 4 is 2. Okay. So with this a, coordinates of focus of this parabola. What is the focus of y square equal to 4x? It is a comma 0. So a is 2 and 0. So focus is a comma 0. That's 2 comma 0. Axis positive x-axis. Axis of this is positive x-axis because coefficient of x is positive. And you are asked directrix. Directrix of this parabola is x equal to minus a. That is x equal to, what is a? 2. So x equal to minus 2 is the directrix. And length of lattice rectum is 4a. So that is 4a is 8. I hope you understood this. We'll do more on this. Find the coordinates of the focus, axis, the equation of the directrix, and lattice rectum of the parabola y square equal to 12x. Pause the video and do yourself. Yes. Again, look at the coefficient of x. It is positive. So axis is positive x-axis. So given y square equal to 12x. Compare this with y square equal to 4ax. So what 4a stands for? 4a is 12. So a is 12 by 4, that is 3. So a is 12 by 4, that gives you 3. Yes. Now the focus. What are the focus coordinates? It is a comma 0 generally for this parabola. So a is 3, 3 comma 0. Next, axis. As I mentioned, coefficient of x is positive. So axis is positive x-axis, means it bends towards positive x-axis. So equation of the directrix is x equal to minus a. So that is x equal to minus 3. And length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 4a, that is 12. Yes. As usual, find the coordinates of the focus, the axis, the equation of the directrix, and lattice rectum of the parabola y square equal to minus 8x. So look, compare this with a general equation of the parabola with negative x-axis as the axis. Yes. So you will get the nature of this in this form, bending towards negative x-axis because coefficient of x is negative. So you need to compare that equation with y square equal to minus 4ax. Yes, you are given y square equal to minus 8x. Comparing this with y square equal to minus 4ax. So what 4a stands for? It is 8. So just compare 4a with 8. So 4a is equal to 8. So a is 8 by 4, that is 2. Okay. Now, can you tell me the focus of this? Focus of this is bending towards negative x-axis. So focus is on negative x-axis. So focus coordinates, as I mentioned, it's minus a comma 0. So it is a is 2. So minus 2 comma 0. Axis is negative x-axis. Directrix is x equal to a. Okay, because focus is on the left side, so directrix is on the right side of the origin, that is x equal to a. So x equal to 2 is the directrix. Length of latus rectum, as usual, it's always used to be positive. So 4a, that is 8. Okay. Find the coordinates of the focus, the axis, the equation of the directrix and latus rectum of the parabola y square equal to 10x. I leave it to as a homework for you. Okay. So do it. Pause the video and do it. Y square equal to 10x. Compare this with y square equal to 4ax. What is 4a? 4a is 10. So a is 5. 10 by 4, not 5. 10 by 4, that is 2 2s are 2 5s are. It's a 5 by 2. A is 5 by 2. So focus is a comma 0, that is 5 by 2 comma 0. Axis is positive x-axis because coefficient of x is positive. Directrix is x equal to a minus a. So x equal to minus 5 by 2 is the directrix. And as usual, length of latus rectum is 10 because 4a is 10. So length of latus rectum is 4a, that is 10. So again, find the coordinates of the focus, axis, the equation of the directrix and latus rectum of the parabola x square equal to 6y. Okay. So look at this, x square equal to 6y, coefficient of y is positive, it bends towards positive y-axis. Focus is on positive y-axis, directrix is on other side of the origin. Yes. So, given x square equal to 6y. Compare this with x square equal to 4ay. Compare this equation with x square equal to 4ay. So what is 4a? 4a stands for 6. So what is a then? A is 6 by 4. So a is 6 by 4, that gives you 3 by 2. 2 2s are 2 3s are. Okay. Then it's, look at this. Its focus is on positive y-axis. So focus is 0 comma a. That is 0 comma 3 by 2. Axis is positive y-axis because it bends towards positive y-axis. Coefficient of y is positive. Directrix is y is equal to minus a. It is on other side of the origin. So y is equal to minus a. So what is a? A is 3 by 2. So y is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now the length of latus rectum is 4a. So 4a stands for 6. Yes. Find the coordinates of the focus, axis, the equation of the directrix and latest rectum of the parabola x square equal to minus 16y. Okay, so coefficient of y is negative, so its axis is negative y-axis. So you will get curve in this form. No need to draw the curve. For your understanding, I am drawing. So its focus will be at 0, minus a, and directrix is y is equal to a. So first find a and use these things. Given x square equal to minus 16y. Comparing this with x square equal to minus 4ay. So what you will get? 4a is 16. Okay. Minus. Don't take 4a as a minus 16. Only take 4a as 16. Both have minus. Remove that. So a is 16 by 4. And that gives you 4. So focus is 0, minus a. That is 0, minus 4. And axis is negative y-axis. Okay. So directrix is y is equal to a. So y is equal to a means y is equal to 4. And length of latest rectum as usual 4a, that is 16. Yes, I hope you are enjoying. Similarly, look at this. Find the coordinates of the focus, axis, the equation of the directrix, and latest rectum of the parabola x square equal to minus 9y. Okay, I hope you understood. Coefficient of y is negative, so it bends towards negative y-axis like this. Its axis is negative y-axis, focus is on negative y-axis, directrix is y is equal to a. Yes. Given x square equal to minus 9y, compare this with x square equal to minus 4ay. So, what will you get? 4a is equal to 9. So, a is 9 by 4. Okay. So, focus, coordinates of focus 0, minus a. So, 0, minus 9 by 4. And axis negative y-axis is the axis of the parabola. Directrix is y equal to a. So y equal to 9 by 4. And directrix as usual 4a. That's 4a is 9. Yes. So this is about the parabola. We'll have one more session on the parabola, some few examples. So I hope you understood the parabola, what is the parabola, what is its equation, and how to find focus, directrix, axis of the parabola for a given equation. So if you like, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. Thank you.